Welcome to this Super Sunday clash. It's the Svkm Super Strikers versus the Jns Mustangs. Super Strikers are on their way to bat. The umpire is making their final checks. The umpire says play. We're ready to go. First ball, Hitesh. Starts off with a low full toss. Inside half of the bat. Straight back to the bowler. So a dot to start. It's the Jfsc Tats Premier League Season 5. It's a good confident push by the bowler. Driven down really well, but straight to the fielder at point. I know it's the power play, so just two fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle for the first 6. The wicket's looking really good. Hitesh, you see, is walking down, flicks it off his pads. And the Super Strikers and Varun both will get off the mark. Hitesh just slightly straying down the leg side, allowing the batsman to free his legs. I'm saying freeing his legs because the way he was charging down, it's very important that you get it in the arc to flick it. But that has come off the patch, so that'll be a leg bye. But nonetheless, the Super Strikers are off the mark. And it's a right hand, left hand combination, so you're seeing the field change accordingly. Ball again on the off cut. It's a square cut, brilliantly played. The fielder at point does manage to get a hand on it. Will allow the fielder in the deep to run and cover it, keep it down just to a couple of runs. It's a really good fielding effort by the fielder at point. Had to throw himself. Couldn't stop the ball, but certainly stopped it from going to the boundary. So first runs off the bat for the Svkm Super Striker. Rahul gets a couple to his name. This time off the stumps, flicks it brilliantly. No one there in the deep on the leg side, and that will be the first boundary. What a beautiful shot played by Rahul. That was not really on the leg, that was, he fetched it from almost middle and off. And he knew there was no intention of hitting it too hard. Just had to place it past the fielder at mid wicket. Really good shot by Rahul. Score moves on to 7 in no time. This time the bowler trying to correct his line, bowls it wide outside off. Somehow manages to keep it inside the tram line. That's good ball. So that'll be It's a really good ball by Rohit. Good start, but smartly played by Varun. Taps it with soft hands and will get it off the mark. So good cricket all round. Good bowling, good batting. Been a good start to this game. Rahul has looked really good for his 6 runs off 3 deliveries. Played a delightful flick in front of square for that first boundary of the game. And with that left hand, right hand. So the bowling team ensuring they get their field at the right place. And it's the batsman who's ensuring he has a perfect view of the fielders. It's very important. You need to split the gap. It's the power play, so if you time it well, you're bound to get runs. And this time a leading edge, but will fall safe. And a slight misfield from the fielder there at third man gives him the second boundary. You see, it was not in complete control. He wanted to hit it towards mid-wicket. A thick outside edge and the ball flies over the fielder inside the 30 yards. The fielder at third man could have easily collected it, but misjudged it. And that'll be a boundary for Rahul. He moves into double digits with that. It's look convincing. He's come out with that aggressive intent. You see he's charging the bowler. Yeah, this time that's a good comeback. Good ball by Rohit. Stump to stump, pulling it straight. Well played by Rahul. Yeah, again, this time trying to access that mid-wicket region. The ball just bouncing off the length, straight onto the body. So that's good comeback by Rohit after that boundary. Or should I say that lucky boundary. But you could see him constantly changing his lengths, changing his lines, not letting the batsman settle down or read him. That's exactly what you need in the power play. Just 2 fielders allowed outside. You know the batsman is going to come down aggressively on you to maximize the possibilities of getting runs. And sort of a first play and miss, you can say, you've seen in this game. Rahul has looked really convincing, but this time Rohit getting the better of him. 3 dots after that lucky boundary. Last ball of the second over. And this time steps down the track and just lofts it straight over long off for a huge 6. The first one of the game. And it comes off the bat of Rahul. Nothing wrong with that delivery though. But just look at that shimmy down the track. Clears his front leg. And there were no intentions to keep it all along the ground. Smokes it over for a huge 6. So a good end to the over for the Svkm Super Strikers after 2. 18 for no loss. And this time Varun tries that same logic. Couple of steps down the track, gets it on the full. Not right out of the middle, but there are no fielder there. So you get that risk-reward ratio to your benefit. So an aggressive intent shown by the Svkm super striker, especially in the last couple of overs. Seen there's a lot of grass on the surface, so you can expect there'll be help for the faster bowlers or the medium pacers. But that only matters when the ball lands on the surface. If you take it on the full, this time good use of the wrist to drive it to the fielder at mid-off, and that's an overthrow. So runs coming thick and fast for the Svkm super strikers. That should have been only a single, if not a dot ball, but that gives them that extra run in the form of an overthrow. The Jns Mustangs need to do something. They need to break this partnership. Striking at a rate of over 10 per over currently. 6 already have come off the first 2 deliveries. Hitesh, that's another good ball. Bowling it very full, almost Yorker length. Could see Varun having a look at the bottom of his bat. And that'd be another boundary. You see again, shimmy down the track, gets it into a full toss. All along the ground, drives it through the infield for another boundary. So we saw Rahul exploits in the previous over. This time it's Varun. And the idea is right, you don't let the ball land on the surface, make it into a full toss. And this time, really well bowled, just pulling his length back a little, not giving that option of getting it on the full. Varun respectfully just plays it back straight to the bowler. Last ball of the third, 10 have come off this over. And this time again, very full. But the fielder at long off could cover it. Allow the super striker batters to cross over for a single. So after 3, the Svkm super strikers are 29 for no loss. Rohit to bowl the second, a good start. So now it's for the Mustang bowlers to adjust their line and length. They know exactly what the super strikers, batters are trying. You saw this time as well coming down the track. And that's good running. That's good cricket by Varun and Rahul. Played it with soft hands and a good early call to complete a single. That's exactly how you build on an innings. You're not going to get boundaries and sixes every delivery. You want to keep that pressure on. You want to keep the scoreboard ticking. You take these small taps and jabs and you take a single. That's exactly how you keep the pressure on the bowling side. Again, all the fielders on the off are on the boundary, are on the edge of the circle. So you know you have time. Again, bowling it too full. But what power by Varun. The bottom hand taking over. And it's just that flick of the wrist. Beautifully played. Just look at that. It's sheer power which gets that ball past the fielder at mid-on. Gave him no chance. Gets it to the boundary. The super strikers race away to 35. They're making the best possible use of the power play. And this time an outside edge, and that's beautifully taken. What a comeback by Rohit. Persisted with that same line, middle and leg. Just corrected his length a little bit, pulled it back, allowed the ball to land, and then just leave the right hander. There you see. It's just that change in length which brought about that fall shot off the edge and straight to the wicket keeper. The first wicket down for the Svkm Super Strikers, 35 for 1. Chirag is the new batsman who's come in. The Mustangs needed that breakthrough desperately. They have found it. Courtesy that brilliant delivery by Rohit. More importantly, after being stuck by for a boundary, that's the way you want to make a comeback. Be interesting to see how Chirag goes about his role in the team. So mind you, we are on the last ball of the fourth over. Still 2 more overs of power play to go. This one stringed on the leg side, and that'll be a wide. The first of the game. The control of the SVKM super striker bowlers have been really good, or rather, the Mustang bowlers have been really good. Apologies. First time Rohit trying something, could not execute it, straying down the leg side for a wide. This time right on the money. That fourth stump line, but Chirag confidently pushes it to the fielder at covers, and that will be a dot to end the over. So a good one for the Mustangs. They have got a wicket of it. So after 4 overs, the Super Strikers are 36 for the loss of 1 wicket. So first glimpses of spin that we are seeing in this game. Himal to bowl. Rahul has been at the non-strikers end for quite some time now. We've seen a wicket fall from the other end. Be really interesting to see how he approaches this game. Ensuring he gets his field right. Oh, and that one just slower through the air, forcing Chirag to go for that big hoik. And you see he has a deep mid wicket in place, just moving it a little more squarer. So he's bowling to his field, he's bowling with a plan. Be really exciting to see how does Chirag respond now. This time off the edge. Been a really good spell by Hemal. This is in his first over, but he seems to be bowling with a plan. He's bowling his deliveries very thoughtfully. He knows exactly how to bowl and what to bowl to a batter. He knows the strong areas and he's playing with the batter's mind. He's pushing one little wide, then one which is slower through the air, then the one which goes straight. You see this one push through a little quicker, but stump to stump. Chirag can just rock back and push it straight back to the bowler. So that's a really good over for the Mustang. Just 3 coming of it. After 5 overs, the Super Strikers are 39 for the loss of 1 wicket. So another spinner coming into bowl, Meath, starts off with a really good delivery, right on the money. Mind you, this is the last over of the power play, and they had a really good first 4 overs, did the Super Strikers batters. The game sort of just pulled back in the previous over, which is 3. Mustangs continuing with a spinner. This time he gets it in the slot. Wide half volley, allowing Rahul to free his arms, and he's not gonna miss out on that. Just flat spat it, gets it through the gap it covers, and there's no stopping that. There's no intentions of placing it. He wanted to smack that. That's a really good shot. This one bowled slower through the air by Meath. And they just get a single. So that's good fielding by the fielder in the deep. Rahul has looked really good. 24 of 14 deliveries. This time again, bowled slower through the air. Chirag goes for that big heave, gets it over the infield, and the ball just trickles over to the boundary. So good release shot for Chirag. He was trying to hit something like that in the previous over, but the bowler kept it really tight. This time he gets the opportunity, and you get that safety. You just have to place it over the infield. This time just flicks it on the leg side, will take an easy single. So they're moving along really well now, the Super Strikers. Last ball of the 6th over. Hit hard but straight to the fielder at mid-on. That's a really good throw. But good sense of urgency shown by the batters. They'll take a single to end the 6th over and the power play. Svkm Super Strikers 50 for 1 after 6. This time, Hemal just misses his line in length, and Rahul is not going to miss out. That was Chirag rather who played that. No, it was Rahul. Beautiful shot. Hemal had kept it tight in his first over. This time just missed his length a little bit. Given the treatment. Rahul has been the glue which has held this innings together till now for the super striker, striking at over 150. And that's a good ball. Pitches on the surface, just quickens from there and skids straight into the keeper's glove. Rahul playing a half shot, lucky that didn't take an edge. But that will definitely put some doubt in his mind. And this time he steps down the track inside half of the bat. The ball will roll over to the fielder at mid-wicket for a single. This time on the stumps, Chirag puts his one knee down, sweeps it to the fielder at deep mid wicket. But they have a fielder there, so that'll just be another single. The power play has ended, so the field will spread out now. 5 fielders allowed outside the 30 yards. That's in the air and into the fielder's hands at short cover. He seems to have hurt himself, but holds on to the catch, and that's a big wicket for the Mustangs. Just look at that, slower through the air by the bowler, pulls his length back, trying to step down, doesn't reach to the pitch of the delivery. Gets a leading edge. And a good catch taken there. So Hemal strikes. And the second wicket down for the SVKM Super Strikers. 56 for the loss of 2 wickets now. That's a really good ball to end the over. So even after conceding 4 off the first ball, he just conceded 2 in the next 5 and taken a wicket. So successful over for the Mustangs. After 7, the Super Strikers are 56 for the loss of 2 wickets. Need to continue his second over, concedes the single of the first delivery. Left arm round across. Full again, not in complete control. Chirag, an inside edge, get a single towards deep mid wicket. That's a good ball. You know, Amit is the new batsman. You want to put pressure on him. You don't want to make run scoring easy for him. Make him work hard to get off the mark. And an inside out. And what a way to get off the mark. One bounce over the boundary ropes. But just saying that you have to put pressure. But this one in the slot. Beautifully played by Amit. Takes his front leg to the pitch of the delivery and just lofts it over the infield. Really good looking shot by Amit. He'll get off the mark. So the boundaries are coming for the Super Strikers. Every over they are somehow managing to get a boundary or two. So that's keeping a scoring rate in check. At one point they're going above 10. Now it's just above 8. And that's a wicket. What a way to send the batsman back. You bowl one outside off, he smashes you over cover. The next one, you just correct your line, bowl it stump to stump, the ball pitching on leg and just turning away from the right hander. Amit not able to keep it down, gets an edge. Or rather just lobs it in the air, and an easy catch for Meet. He gets his first. And we've again seen that, a wicket after a boundary being scored. So after 7.5, the super strikers now are 63 for the loss of 3 wickets. Jasdeep, the new batsman who's made his way out, he'll play the last ball of the 8th over. And a play and a miss. Trying to play it from where he is, no feet movement as such. Ball straight into the keeper's gloves and a dot to end. 7 coming off that over and a wicket. After 8, the Svkm super striker 63 for 3. Hitesh continuing with his 3rd over. Starts off with a dot ball. You see he's getting his long on a little straighter. You see his idea. He's telling that I'm going to bowl wide outside off, and with that angle, there's high chance that the ball will be hit a lot more straighter. So he seems to have a plan in place. Left arm over, and that's exactly what he was going to bowl. Bowling that angle which is leaving the right hander. That was a good shot by Jasdeep as well. Defended it, rather drove it down to the fielder at mid-off for a dot. At the start of the innings, it's not about the runs exactly, but also about gaining that confidence that you're seeing the ball well, hitting the ball well. And you see that's the difference it makes. Immediately the next ball, a couple of steps down, makes it into a full toss and drives it in between the 2 fielders there for a boundary. Beautiful shot by Jasdeep, and another of the super strikers batter who gets off the mark with a boundary. This time worked away on the leg side and they'll take a single. A slight misfield, yes, no. And there was an easy chance for a run out. But the bowler misses holding on to that. So quite a lot of funny scenes there, a lot of mix-up. And in the end, an easy run-out chance missed and a run conceded. So 2 finally have come off that last ball of the 9th over. And after 9, the super strikers are now 71 for the loss of 3 wickets. Down the leg side. We'll have to wait for the umpire signal. Has it come off the bat? Seems like yes, it has. Oh no, it hasn't. So that'll be wide. And an extra run conceded in the form of a bye. It's been a costly start to this over. 8 have come off the first 2 balls. This time wide outside off, slices it straight to the fielders at point. That'll be a dot ball. Another one down the leg. Another one the keeper couldn't hold on to. And another wide and an extra. And this time Jasdeep gets it in the slot, down on one knee, and slaps it over the fielder at deep mid wicket for a huge 6. There's not a lot you can do about that as a bowler. It was bowled in the stump line, but just a brilliant shot. And the ball went long and away. So costly over this. 16 have come off this, still 3 more balls to go. Another one straying on the leg side. Just gets some bat on it and taps it away for a single. Jasdeep moves on to 18 of 6 deliveries. Another single coming off the edge of Chirag's bat. Last ball of the 10th over. This over has taken the run rate up above 9 again. 18 have come of this over. Last ball again on the leg side, trying to work it. There'll be a dot to end. And at the 10th over mark, the Svkm Super Strikers are 89 for the loss of 3 wickets. The players will have a drinks break.
Mala fama, se la pasan diciendo que soy mala, porque no me aguanto drama de nada. Y si vienes a mi cama, a mi cama, no me aguanto. Se la pasan diciendo que soy mala, porque no me aguanto drama de nada. Y si vienes a mi cama, a mi cama, no me aguanto. Mala fama, se la pasan diciendo que soy mala, porque no me aguanto drama de nada. Y si vienes a mi cama, a mi cama, no me aguanto. Mala fama, se la pasan diciendo que soy mala, porque no me aguanto drama de nada. Y si vienes a mi cama, a mi cama, no me aguanto.
We are back for the start of the second half of this innings. Check in to start off first ball. Outside of carefully driven straight down the ground for a single. That will bring Jasdeep back on strike. You have to wait for the umpire signal. He played well in the end. That was really short. Just took off from the surface. And what a shot by Chirag. That has gone a long, long way. Will have to work a lot to fetch that ball. Check in after two good deliveries, being struck for a single, misses his line, or rather bowls in the slot, and Chirag doesn't miss out. To wait for his reply on the pads, trying to flick, but straight down the leg side, and that'll be a wide. So another costly over. 9 have come off 3 deliveries already. This one bowled full stump to stump. He just opens the face of the bat and guides it towards third man for a single. That is smart batting. You know you have got a 6. It's always good to take that single, get to the other end. So 10 of 4 now. Leading edge, the fielder at fine leg couldn't stop that. So another boundary. Not in complete control, but he'll take those runs. Hemal to continue. He's pulled a really good spell till now. Just 9 have been conceded of his 2 overs. Taken a wicket as well. This partnership is flowing really good. Need to strike. short and wide, cut away. They have a fielder there at the point, so that will just be a single. But Hemal bowling his third. He's definitely the captain has spot him to get a wicket. They need a breakthrough now. Jasdeep 23 of 10, Chirag 23 of 20. Both of these batters have started to look dangerous now, and again Jasdeep, an innovative shot. The fielder at third man manages to get a foot to it, keep it down just to a single. Jasdeep wanted the second. Luckily, the throw was a little wide. Keep it down just to one. Again, fetches it from outside off, gets it past the fielder at fine leg. The fielder from deep square will have to do some job. He'll keep it down just to a couple of runs. But that has been how Chirag has been batting. He's always relying on that sweep shot and the hoiks. Another one off the edge. But more importantly, the runs are flowing for the Svkm super strikers. Previous 2 overs were really fruitful ones. This time, he splits the gap to perfection. There was a deep square leg, there was a deep mid wicket, but he gets it exactly in between them for a boundary. You could see the heat getting to him, but he's doing his job there. He's done the hard yards, taken the initial few deliveries to get set, read the wicket, and now he's starting to show his aggressive instincts. 8 have come of this over. This time makes room, tries to play it on the off, and a smart single. It's the last ball of the 12th over. Again, just deep down on one, he fetches it from outside off. The fielder in the deep will keep it down just to a single. So another good over for the super strikers. 10 coming of it after 12, 113 for 3. and the fielder and the deep has to give it a long chase. Somehow manages to reach there. It's a good effort by the fielder. He'll keep it down just to a couple of runs. Vikas starts off his spell with conceding a couple. And it's this partnership, Jasdeep and Chirag. They're adding crucial runs and adding them at a really good pace. Super Strikers are striking at 9.45 currently. Mind you, it's not the power play, so it's not that runs are coming easy. And what a good shot by Jasdeep. A low full toss, a reverse sweep, a faint edge past the keeper. No one back there, straight behind the wicket keeper means easy boundary. Just look at that shot again. He knew exactly where he was placing it. Smartly played in the end for a boundary. So another over where they get a boundary. So that's how they are maintaining that rate above 9 and over. This time straighter one, bold full, bold quicker. And a really good running between the wickets on display. Another couple of runs. So 8 have come off these 3 deliveries already. Without minimum risk. Jasdeep moves on to 35. And this time it's in the air. Will fall safe. Will allow the Super Strikers batters to take a single. It's a leading edge. But lucky to Jasdeep's benefit. No one there to hold on to that. This time he steps down, makes it into a full toss, hits it hard straight to the fielder at long on. Does Chirag, he'll get a single. You might say he missed out on that. That was a full toss. He could have placed it anywhere. But he hits it straight to the fielder at long on. But yet again, another over where 10 runs have already come. Still one more ball to go. And it's this man, Jasdeep. Steps down the track, slices it. But this time straight into the hands of the fielder. So after a really good innings of 34 runs, Jasdeep has to walk back. And Vikas strikes on the last ball of his first over. So he has the final laugh. See the ball just landing on the surface, leaving the right-hander. And that's exactly the reason why the ball sliced in the air. Jasdeep was not in complete control. And a good easy catch for the fielder at covers. So that brings the 13th over to the end. After 13, the Super Strikers are 123 for 4.
So Rohit is back into the attack. Picks 1 for 18 in his 2 overs. Tucked away fine. Just for a single. So wicket of the last over of the last ball of the last over. Much needed wicket. That partnership was cruising along. And looking pretty comfortable, still going at about 9.42 runs an over. They'll be looking at a fine total here, still about 6 overs and 5 balls to go. There's a change in field here. Plays that down to leg side for another single. So good start for this over for the Jns Mustangs. Couple of singles because the last 2 overs yielded almost 10 runs in the first 4 balls. So 2 singles are actually good outcomes here. Played through the leg side again for another single. So sensible bowling here by Rohit, bowling it to the field. So the wicket has actually played a good role in controlling the flow of runs. A new partnership just budding up. But Chirag actually striking at over 150 here. So he will be the key batter to take the Svkm Super Strikers through home to a good total. Plays a shot again down the leg side. The fielder just keeps it down to 1. So only 3 singles until now. Excellent over so far. Need to finish this well, Rohit. Four singles, in fact, of the over. No boundaries yet. So the last 2 overs had a couple of boundaries. Smart bowling. Down the wicket. In the air. And that's gone all the way for 6. Or rather 4. Gone on a bounce. Excellent shot. Picked the length very early down the wicket. And smacked that through the deep mid-wicket region. Much needed boundary this, as I was talking about earlier. 4 singles and now a boundary. So 8 runs of the first 5 balls, still maintaining the run rate. And Chirag going again at the bowlers, taking the onus here to getting to a good total. Last ball of the over. Needs to finish this well, Rohit. Started off really well with 4 singles. Played down the offside. There is a man at deep point, but the man at cover cuts it off and keeps it to 1. So 9 runs off this over, 132 for 4 after 14. Vikas is back. So 132 for 4 after 14 overs. Chirag Jain going really well. Vikas, after taking a wicket of his first over, is back for another over. Cut away. Cut away fine for 4. Finds the gap. Again another over, starts with the boundary. So excellent batting this by Chirag. Very interesting field as well. There is a deep extra cover. So the previous over for Vikas had a deep point, but now there is a deep extra cover. So he cannot actually afford to bowl short, but really bowls that short, wide, and nicely played as well by Chirag. He's on 42 now. Tapped away for a single. And excellent running. Scamper through for one. It'll be very interesting to see what role Aziz plays here, because Chirag is actually going well. And a new batter as well. So they'll be looking for wickets. It will be a very interesting battle to watch. Oh, lofted over. And that's gone all the way for 6. Fabulous shot. I was just talking about what the role Aziz would play, but he's taken down the spinner straight away. Floated delivery, picked the length early, and that's gone all the way for 6. Fabulous shot. And the ball's lost actually. So the umps are asking for another ball. So excellent shot. Breaks the shackles, does Aziz. So 11 have come off the first 3 balls thanks to that 6 from Aziz. We have a little break in play as the ball is changed. So what will Vikas do here? 11 have come off his first 3 balls. Shot again, cut away fine. And that's gone for 4, I think. Yes, it does. Bit of a misfield, should have been stopped, but again, poor length. Knowing that the field is not set for that sort of a length. He's actually found the gap here. Probably needs to alter the length. It's not the length that's the field is set for. So 15 have come already of this over. Goes again. Has that cleared the fence? You bet he has. So they are pouncing on Vikas here. Excellent batting by Aziz. Again floats it up, clears his front leg and pounces on it for 6. 21 of the over so far. Still a ball to go now. And the bowler has indicated a bit of a change in field here. 150 comes up for the Svkm Super Strikers. Goes short, goes wide. There is an appeal for caught behind, but the umpire is not interested. So end of the over. 21 comes of it. 153 for 4 after 15 overs. So 153 for 4 after 15 overs. They're going at about 10.5 runs an over. Still 5 overs to go. So they'll be looking at another 50, 60, 70 runs. Hemal back for his final over. Short, chance of a run out. Bowler's end, no. A slight mix up between the batters. but safely done. So a dot to start the over here. Shot. Just scamper through for a single inside the circle. So if we talk about the last over, Aziz taking on the bowler. 21 came of that over. So they can afford to play this over out because Hemel has been the key bowler. Goes again, Aziz. I think that's gone for 4. Yes, it has. So Aziz is not looking to stop. Again, clears his front leg. Picks the length early. The fielder might have been just interested for a moment, but it finds the gap and goes for 4. So another boundary here. So shout for LBW, but I think that's too high. So 5 have come off this 4 balls of Himal's last over. Very, very important to finish this well for the side. Deft touch. Down to man at short third. Scamper through for another single. So 6 have come so far. The last ball of the over. Very important delivery this. Comes down the track. And think it's been put down. And they come back for a couple of runs. So end of the over. 8 have come off that over. 161 for 4 after 16 overs. Also, end of a fine spell by Hemel. 1 for 27 of his 4 overs. Just a touch under 7 runs. Where the batting side is going at about 10 runs an over. So, fine spell. Chirag is batting at 46. Aziz is batting at 23. And this partnership has been a bit more aggressive than the last one. Aziz taking a bit more chances against the spinners. Last 4 overs. Very interesting to see what sort of approach the batters would now take. Meath back for his final over. Left arm around the stumps. Short wide. Yeah, pretty much down the leg side. Called as a wide, and rightly so. Again tucked away fine to 45. Chance for run out. No. Good running between the wickets. Meath has been a touch expensive. Going about up 40 runs. Touch less than 40 in fact. Needs to understand the situation here and not give too many freebies, especially to a set batter like Chirag. Shot again, and they scamper through for another single. So good bit of bowling it slow through the air, but not giving anything to work with in terms of the length for the batters. Bowled again slow through the air, and the batters have come across for another single. So good sensible bowling so far. Chirag batting on 47. Shot again, and I fielder does well there. Will be called a wide. So I think the tactic here is to bowl short. All four deliveries have been a bit wayward. So a couple of extras this over. Down the track. And he doesn't get enough on that. So just for a single. Might feel missed out here, Aziz. Could have put it anywhere on the ground. No boundaries yet in this over. Still 2 balls to go. Down the track and gone. Doesn't get to his 50, Chirag. Nicely bowled. Slower through the air. And the wicketkeeper does the rest. Again, didn't get to the pitch of the ball. And the keeper does the rest. But a fine innings by Chirag. So a much needed wicket. The set batter is gone. 168 for 5. With the last ball to go for the 17th over. The new batter in is Pratik S. Important to finish this over well for me. It has picked up a couple of wickets but been touch expensive. Still no boundaries. Shot, tucked away fine to 45. There's a slight misfield, but the batters scamper through for a single. So an excellent over. No boundaries this over. Although there have been a couple of extras, but an important wicket of Chirag. So 169 for 5 after 17 overs. And Meet ends his spell at 2 for 44, going at about 11 runs an over. $169 for 5, last 3 overs to go. Jfsc is Back for another over. 14 of his first over. Tucked away down to deep mid wicket for a single, or rather long on for a single. $170 up on the board. So Aziz will hold the key for now for the SVKM Super Strikers. Nicely bowled. Tried to tuck it away fine, but couldn't get any bat on it. So good start to the over. Just a single of the first two balls. Down the track and misses that again. So smart bowling. Saw the batter come down very early and pulled his length back. So two back-to-back dot deliveries. Smart bowling. Cuts and cuts fine for 4. So after a couple of dot balls, they have now struck a boundary. Much needed this to break the shackles a bit. Short, bit of room and cut through backward point for 4. So Aziz is striking at 200 here. 30 of 15 balls. 5 of the first 4 balls. Still not a bad over. Needs to finish well here. Check in. Pulled away and through. Good work in the deep. Couple of runs here. Excellent work in the deep, in fact. Through the practice pitches. Down to a couple of runs. So 7 so far off the over. Needs to finish well, as I've been saying, for every single over. Final ball. Tries to hoik it through. And they scamper through for a couple of runs. So 9 off this over. 178 for 5 with 2 overs to go. Smart bit of bowling by Jns in the last over. So Rohit is back for his final over. Need to continue this good sort of bowling to keep the runs down under 200 here. Especially with a new batter in the crease. Shot. And lands safe. And the batters scamper through for another single. So again, a good start to the over. And Pratik is doing the right thing by getting Aziz back on strike. They will be eyeing 200 from here for sure because looks very gettable, but it'll be very interesting to see what the bowling plans are. Comes down the track. Has he heaved it enough? No. Just lands inside. And the batters come back for 2. So been trying to get those boundaries, but not able to clear the field enough. Three of the first 2 balls here. Aziz still going at 200 strike rate. Tries to play the lap, but the fielder at 45 cuts it off. So 4 of the first 3 balls. Good bit of bowling, not giving enough length to get underneath for the batters. Good bowling again. Nice short of length bowling. And a very, very important dot ball this. Especially to a new batter who's looking to score. Good bit of bowling by Rohit S. They will try and get a boundary this over somehow and get past or inch close to that 200 mark. Again, good bit of bowling. The batter's asking for a wide, but the umpire's not interested. So, knowing what the batters want to do here, it's excellent bowling by Rohit. Just 4 runs and needs to close well this over. Good sensible bowling. This might be the difference between 200. Final ball. And another dot ball to finish the over. Exceptional bowling this. Really, really good bowling and finishes his spell at 1 for 31. Really smart bit of bowling. Not giving away anything loose. Just 4 runs of that over. Fabulous bowling. We are at 182 for 5 of 19 overs. $182 for 5. We are in for the last over of the innings. Jack in to continue his good bowling. Aziz is very importantly on strike here. He might look to just be on strike for the entire over to get as many runs as possible. So crucial 6 balls here. Nicely played. And that's gone all the way, I think. Yes, it does. Split through the hands of the fielder. As I said, Aziz has been looking good. Clears his front leg again. And just pounces on it. Just over the fielder for 6. Very, very important start to the over here. Goes again. Has he cleared the fence? You bet he has. What a shot that is. Not good bit of bowling again. Bowls it full in the slot and goes through deep mid wicket. Clears it comfortably. Does Aziz. He's moving on to 49 here. Playing a gem of an innings. What a shot. Just picked the bones out of that one. They are now closing ahead of 200. They'll be surely looking more than that, I think. 194 for 5. 12 of the first 2 balls. So they are making up for those last 2 overs. And as I said, Aziz will look to try and maximize this over here. Not care a lot about his 50. Down the track and misses it altogether. So another dot ball here, but what an innings this has been from Aziz. Really powerful shots, picking the right deliveries to attack through. Last 3 balls of the innings. Again, much important dot ball here. So couple of sixes and then couple of dot balls. They can still keep them under 200 if they bowl the last 2 balls really, really well. Again, pulled his length back in the previous 2 balls. So understandably so, giving nothing away. Has he found the gap? No, he hasn't. And they come back for a couple of runs. And 50 for Aziz. What a knock this has been. And a strike rate of over 200 this. Excellent knock. Under pressure, really had to come in and just go from ball 1. He's kept his team afloat here. Fabulous knock. And we are into the last ball of the innings. 196 for 5. Seems like batter is under a bit of a trouble here. His laces are down. So what a good bit of batting this. Really class batting. Clean strike throughs. 51 of 24. So here we go. Final ball of the innings. And misses it through, and the batters scamper through, but he's run out at the batter's end. So 196 for 6. Svkm Super Strikers finish at. Slow ball. And the keeper did really well. That could have gone for byes. And the innings is finished at 196 for 6 after 20 overs. And the Jns Mustangs need 197 to win this game of their allocated 20 overs. We're back for the chase. 197 to win of 20 overs for the Jns Mustangs. Jitinder D and Karan J open the batting, and Jigar S opens the bowling. So it'll be very interesting to see how they pace this chase around. Drives, doesn't find the gap. So a couple of dot balls to start with. Couple of full deliveries. Not giving away too much width. The keeper is up to the stumps as well, so they don't expect a lot of lateral movement with the new ball. Down the leg side, tucked away fine to 45. Chance of a run out. There is a loud appeal, but not given. So the umpire is not interested, and the first runs are on the board. Quick single that. I'd have been a bit wayward had the call been very late, but Karan makes his way home. So a little change in field here. There is a man at long on. Chipped in the air and line safe. And the batters come through for a single. So excellent ball this. Pull the length back a bit. Extra bounce surprised Karan. Again, same field, long on still in place. We're in the first 6 overs where you're only allowed to have 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. Down the leg side will be called wide. And the first extra of the innings. Big through with 45 inside the circle. That'll always go to the boundary for 4. Just lofted it over using the pace of the bowler. So the first boundary of the innings for the Mustangs. Poor ball as well. It's down the leg side. Understandably needs to bowl straight with the field set. But the line was very poor, and good response by Jitinder. They scamper through for a single. So 8 of the first over of the chase. It's 8 without a wicket. So Puneet into the attack. Spin straight away in the power play. And straight away slip in place. as well. So they're looking for wickets here, and they can afford to be a bit more attacking. Left arm orthodox, and that's lofted over covers for 4. Smart bit of batting, a gentle loosener to start with. And nicely picked away through the gap, and with the power play in force, no one's going to stop that boundary. So the captain has a bit of a word with the bowler. The slip has gone out straight away. Oh no, he's back in. Oh, nicely bowled. Pull the length back a bit. Nice speed as well. Good bit of drift on the ball. Bit of a bounce as well with the new ball. Straight to the spinner. Wide. And that's picked away. Will that go to the boundary? Just enough. So second boundary of the over. Couple of fielders behind that ball. Couldn't stop it. Wide outside off. Although the ball was full, but the batter was safe enough to take that risk and get the second boundary of the over. So 8 of the first 3 balls. Captain having a constant word with the bowler here. And Jitinder is off to a flyer. 14 of 8 balls. And now the slips has actually gone out. Down the track. And he feels he missed out. They scamper through for a single. Just couldn't get hold of that shot. And missed his bat in the process of running through for a single. But 9 of the over so far. And now with the not so attacking batter in Karan, will be very interesting to see what Puneet does here. Does he bring back the slip or bowls to the same field? So no slip for Karan either. Lofted high, handsome and long for 6. That's gone out of the ground, in fact. What a shot. Picked the length early, clears his front leg and just whacked it through. Long on for 6. Very, very good shot. So the risk that the batters took have actually paid off so far in this over, but not so much for the bowling side. 15 have come off the over so far. Last ball needs to finish this over well, although he's leaked a couple of boundaries, couple of looseners here. We can keep talking about that shot from Karan. Really nicely picked the length early. Knew exactly what he was doing. And he go again. No, he doesn't. Mild appeal for a caught behind, but no interest from the umpire. So end of the over, 23 without a wicket. And the Mustangs need 174 from 18 overs. Jigger to continue. Nice little appeal for caught behind, but the umpire is again not interested. Tries to whack it through the leg side boundary. Couldn't get a good connection, Jitinder. Met just thin air. Need to calm down a bit here because you have got a decent start. Slight inside edge. Batters scamper through for a single. As I said, they need to calm down a bit, not go at every ball because that could lead to a collapse. As they've got a good start, 24 of just 14 balls. Need to be a bit more stable on your base. Build a good foundation for that chase. Edge, leading edge, and land safe again. So second time in Jigger's over this has happened. And to the same batter as well. So the extra bounce that Jigger is getting is surprising the batters a bit here. Smart bit of bowling. Again, the mindset has been a little aggressive from the batters here. Again, stops on the wicket a bit. So there's a bit of stoppage in the momentum here. Shot and finds the boundary. Played it nicely. Picked the length. Again, bat went outside the leg stump and clears the gap for 4. The much needed boundary to break the shackles a bit in this over. Again, good start for the Mustangs. They will believe that they could chase this if they keep this pace going because they've been taking calculative risks but have been a bit more aggressive. So final ball of the third over. And put down. Tough chance. Close in. Think it's the captain. Is it? Chipped in the air. Tried to work it away for a single but got his hands to it but it bursted through. So 28 without a wicket of 3 overs. The Mustangs. So new bowler into the attack. Mittal comes in. And you can see the keeper straight away goes back. So far it's been a good start by the Mustangs. Going at 9.33 with a required rate of around 10 and over. Still no fine leg or third man. So they are operating with both fielders inside the 30-yard circle. There is a man at deep point. That's called a wide. So short of a length, pull line to start with, and rightly called wide. Don't think it's a bad idea to still have the keeper up to the stumps because they are batting up on a leg stump guard. Leading edge, and they scamper through for another single. So there is a man at long off. So now they've called the man at long off inside the circle and sent long on back. So they're not giving anything away through the offside. The line has to be very, very straight. This very challenging here for the bowler to be very straight up front, not looking to swing the ball. Again, the line's very straight, so the batters have to adjust to it very quickly and try and find the gaps, maybe make room and go over cover or over mid-off for that matter. But Mittal is smart enough to actually pull the length back and bowl straight a line. So very interesting battle this. Just a couple of runs off the 2 balls, including a wide. Down the track and goes over mid-off. In fact, clears the boundary for 6. What a shot that is. As I've been talking about, it'll be a straightish line. Comes down the track, makes a bit of a room and just connects beautifully for 6. The man at long on might have been a bit more interested, but no chance for the fielder as well. So 8 runs have come off the first 3 balls. .36 for no loss. So boundaries have been a bit more free flowing. Now the keeper is up to the stumps, as I've been talking about. So when you are bowling straight, you don't want the batter to step down, which is why you want the keeper up to the stumps. So he's exactly done that. The captain has called the keeper up to the stumps now. So Karan will not step down unless it's very full. Nicely bowled. And a good take by the keeper as well. Still 8 off the over. Last ball of the 4th. Cuts, but straight to the fielder. So good end to the over. 3 dot balls, 8 off. And after 4 overs, we are 36 for no loss. The Mustangs. Jigar to continue. It's back for his 3rd over. He's been the pick of the bowlers so far. Although Mittal bowled a nice over previous to this, despite a 6 of that over. But Jigar has been bowling a bit too smart, getting that extra bounce. Nicely bowled again. Still the keeper is up to the stumps. So very, very interesting battle this, because Jitinder has been a bit itchy to go for that big shot. Big shout, big shot, and up goes the finger. Missed the length, wanted to hoik it through deep square leg. And Jigar gets the much needed breakthrough for the bowling side. Missed the length, and that would have been crashing to the middle stump. Smart bit of bowling, and Jitinder departs. LBW bowl Jigar. So first wicket falls for 36. Much needed breakthrough this for the Spartans. The strikers. So the new batter in is Js after the fall of Jitendra LBW bowled Jigar. So Dheeraj walks out to the middle after the fall of first wicket. And the captain's making a bit of a change to the field here, to the new batter. It'll be very interesting to see how they go about for the rest of the over with the new batter in. Nicely bowled and nicely played as well. Just getting a nice stride forward and defending it. There's a bit of a pause in momentum after the fall of wicket. Obviously, credit to Jigar for continuing his length, knowing what the batter wants to do, especially with Jitendra itching for that big shot to get going. Nicely bowled and fall short. And the batter scamper through for a single. So Dheeraj is off the mark of his second ball. Again, good bit of bowling. Not giving anything loose for the batters to play with. Not quite as down the leg side. Excellent over so far. Just a single and a much needed breakthrough so far. Needs to finish this well, this over, does Jigar. Does finish well. Scamper through for a single. And that's the end of the over. 38 for one after 5 overs. Batters scamper through for a single. Now to the man at square leg inside the 30-yard circle. So Mittal to continue. Shot pulled away. Does that go to the boundary? Yes, it does. So good shot by Dheeraj. Picked the length early and smoked it through the gap between mid-on and mid-wicket. Much needed boundary to break the shackles a bit after that wicket in the last over. We are in the last over of the power play. So 4 balls to go. Can they get past the 50-run mark? Let's set a good base for them for the rest of the chase. Driven. Again, there's a man at long off, so they will come back for a single. Six off the over so far. Nicely bowled and nicely played through. So the two men outside the 30-yard circle are long off and long on. Last two balls off the power play, 7 off the over so far. Pulled away and finds the gap, finds the boundary. Much needed this for Dheeraj. Again, shot of a length similar to the previous shot in the same over, but now this time over square leg for 4. Not good bit of bowling because the man at square leg is inside the circle, so you can't afford to bowl a lot of short deliveries. Just gone past the bowler, so 50 up on the board for the Mustangs at the end of the power play. 50 for 1 after 6 overs, and they need 147 from the remaining 14 overs.
after the power play as the field spreads out. Be interesting to see how the Mustangs keep up with the required rate. And that's one way to do it. Karan, that one was in the slot and he just sends it out of the park. Moves on to 26-17 deliveries. Just look at that. It's just the hands, just sheer power. Taking the ball a long way over the boundary. A beautiful shot. And they need this. The Mustangs need a lot of this. Run rate slightly under 9. The required rate over 10. So need these big overs. Again, this time slicing it. And straight into the hands of the fielder at point. So big wicket. Karan, as he felt that he was being the danger guy, Chigar comes in and strike. Brilliant bowling that. Bowling from round the wicket, bowling it wide. Trying to slice it. Yeah, see, more than a hit, that was a slice. The bat turning in his hand. Ball going high in the air. An easy catch for the fielder at point. So that is the second wicket down for the Mustangs. After 7, they are 61 for the loss of 2 wickets. And Amit will start his spell with a dot ball. The required rate over 10.5. They need to keep those boundaries and sixes coming. Another one going straight. A good effort by the wicket keeper. But let's talk about the Mustangs batting. Dheeraj batting on 16 of 12. Vikas just joined him at the other end, yet to face the ball. And another one which just pitched and sort of cut into the batsman. Lucky got that on the body. Had he missed that, it could have easily gone on and hit the stumps. You see Dheeraj saying that the ball just took off, tapping the surface. So it'd be interesting to see whether it was the wicket which did that or was it the bowler. This delivery will be very important. We've already had 3 dots. And you can see that the Mustangs batting has been fall apart. The third wicket down for them at the 8 over mark, 64 now for 3 wickets. They need another 133 from the last 12 with the required rate going over 11 now. You can see the pressure mounting. 2 dots. Dheeraj. Just the shot. Hits it straight down the ground. And the fielder at long on. That's a misfield there. And a much needed boundary. You see the bowler asking the fielder to get down on the knee and stop that. But these things happen. It's never easy to play in this heat. Sometimes the weather gets the better of you. But Dheeraj moves on to 21 now. He's the man. He needs to be there. Get runs quickly for his side if they want to make a comeback in this game. And slower through the air, pull back. And is that a wicket? We'll have to wait for the umpire's final signal. The bowler and the keeper are already celebrating that. It'll be interesting to see what exactly happened there. Oh yes, it feels as if the ball has clipped the bails on its way. And the batsman has started his walk. And the big wicket, Dheeraj, strikes. Fourth wicket down for the Jns Mustangs. 68 for 4 now.
सेव करके
half the side down for the Mustangs already. And it is Viral and Rohit to face the required rate over 12. 127 required from 10.2 overs. They had almost 60 runs, 54 or 55 runs if I remember correctly, in the power play. And from then on in the last 4 overs, the super strikers have done really well to put the brakes on the scoring. A rare wide delivery from the super striker bowlers. They have been really good with their line and length, keeping things tight. And post the power play, they have pulled the game back really well. Another one and taken, and another wicket. Rohit walks back without troubling the scorers. Amit gets his second in the over. Just look at it. He was checking his shot there. Lobbed in the air. An easy one for the bowler. Amit holds on to it. And another wicket down. So 6 down now are the Mustangs. 72 for 6. Hemal comes out to bat at number 8. He did a good job with the ball, keeping things tight. But it is the super strikers who came all guns blazing with the ball. First with the bat, and now they're doing it with the ball in hand. 6 wickets already, and we are yet to reach the 10 over mark. What will be interesting to see is what is the approach now for the Mustangs going forward. Are they still going for the win? Are we going to see them play their shots? Trying to keep it away from the arc of Hemal. Strays too far down, outside off. So there'll be another wide. Trying to work off his pads. Lucky that did go on to the keeper. But it'll be a tot to end the over. A good one for the super strikers. Just 5 runs coming of it, and more importantly 2 wickets. So at the halfway mark in this innings, the Mustangs are 74 for the loss of 6 wickets. Jasdeep to bowl the 11th over. Took a wicket in his very first in the from the previous end when he bowled. Start off with a short delivery, smartly played by Hemal on the leg side. He'll take a single. So between Viral on strike, he's yet to open his account. And both these batters together have a big mountain to climb. Bowling stump to stump, keeping it tight. That's a really good spell by Jasdeep. 4 of his previous over and a wicket. Now just 1 of his 3 deliveries. The Mustangs need runs and need them quickly. The required rate just a tad bit under 13. And they need a big over as soon as possible to get back into the game. You see the super strikers are on the attack. They have a slip in place. We are in the 11th over of the game. Mind you, it's a T20, so not usually you see that. And a smart shot, smart way to get off the mark by Viral. Opens the face of the bat, plays with soft hands, and a good early call means that they complete the single with ease. But where's that big shot? Which batsman is going to go for that big shot? Where are those 13 runs required in the over coming from? Oh, and trying to again go for that big heave off the edge to third man, and they scamper for another single. So it has been the story of this innings for Mustangs. Every time a batter has tried to become aggressive or tried to show the aggressive instinct, there's a wicket which has fallen. And you see the fielding change. As soon as Viral comes on strike, there's a slip which walks to the right bottom of your screen. Another one trying to just work it on the leg side. Doesn't get enough bat on it. So another good over by Jasdeep. Just 3 runs coming of it. After 11, the Mustangs are 77 for the loss of 6. cut away to the fielder in the deep. That'll be another single. So another over where they have already got 6 of the 5 deliveries. But just have a look at the bottom of your screen. The required rate 13.96. So they need those big shots. There will be a dot to end. Another good over by Ankit, just 6 coming of it. So after 12, the Mustangs are now 83 for the loss of 6 wickets. Another 114 is what they need in the last 8 overs at a required rate of 14.25 runs per over. So it's a spell of just Deep and Amit. They're bowling in tandem. And they're bowling really well. Another one beating the outside edge into the keeper's glove. Just look at it. 2 of 8 and 7 of 8 deliveries. Do you feel that the Mustangs have gone into a shell now? They need someone to just break the shackles. One good over of 14-15 runs is what will get them back on track, or will at least make them believe that yes, it's possible. On the back foot, trying to cut the ball, skidding through the surface. Another dot, 3 dots. Just the bowling his 3rd over. And maybe now he's happy to allow the single. He pushes his slip back to 3rd man. And the close-in fielders on the off is also told them to come from the 30 yard. He goes for the slog. It's in the air. The fielder under it. It takes it rather easily. It was not easy. It was coming. It was in line with the sun. And that's a white ball. It's never easy to hold on to that. But what a good effort by the fielder there. You see, he's still telling that it was the light. The sunlight which makes things difficult. But you see the idea. He put the fielder on the offside on the boundary. He bowled middle stump. The batsman went right across the line, getting a top edge. Viral walks back, giving Jasdeep his 2nd. And what an over this has been. 3 dots and a wicket. After 12.4, they are 83 now for the loss of 7 wickets. Rishiraj is the new batsman. He's made his way out to the middle, but what will be interesting to see will be the approach of the Mustangs. It's an uphill task. It's a huge mountain for them to climb. It's more like an Everest for them to climb. But we've seen funny things happen in the sport. Just deep. Staying on the leg side. You have to wait for the umpire's signal. That's a wide end boundary. So bonus 5 runs. This is exactly what I was talking. It's a funny game. If you just stay there, apply yourself, runs will come some way or the other. And for the Mustangs currently, it's the runs which matter, not how they come. Jasdeep has been so very good with his line and length, but exactly this time, strays down the leg, keeper misses and the ball rolls over to the boundary. So 0 runs on a wicket in 4 balls now makes it to 5 runs in 4 balls. And pushes it straight down the ground for another single. So need to end this over with a big shot. The required rate over 15. Last ball of the 13th on the back foot, cut away. But they have a fielder there in the deep. That'll be just another single. So 7 runs coming off that over. After 13 overs, the Mustangs are 90 for the loss of 7 wickets. Puneet comes into bowl his second. Beautifully driven. And a slight misfield from the fielder there at covers. But the fielder from long off will cover for him and keep it down just to a single. That's interesting. I felt that the Mustang batter should have pushed for the second, because the ball had got the keeper, the fielder's shoes. The ball was slowly rolling across the turf. They need to show a fight. Short and wide. Again, you might say he's missed out on that as well. It was short. It was on the leg side. He just had to tap it hard for the ball to roll over to the boundary. Instead, it's another single. Beautifully played. Is this the shot? One bounce over the boundary ropes off the bat of Hemal. He did the job with the ball for his side. Now he's with the bat out there in the middle. There was nothing wrong with the ball there, but what a beautiful extension of the drive inside out. He knew he had to get it over the infield. Played it on the up and gets a boundary. This time played away for another single. So 7 have come off the 4 balls till now. That brings Rishi Raj on strike. Again bowled it wide. Rishi Raj trying to go for that expansive drive. Misses it straight into the keeper's glove. Required rate over 16. At what point will you see that the Mustangs have given up on the game? Again defended with soft hands and a really good call. That is good running. They know that if they have to be in the game, every run matters. Every possible opportunity of adding something on the scorecard, they shouldn't miss out on that. So 8 runs of this over. After 14, the Mustangs are 98 for the loss of 7. Jasdeep to bowl is last of the spell. Starts off with a one, goes on straight. Appeal for it. The umpire says no. But what a spell this has been. 3.1 overs, 13 for the loss of 2 wickets. He still has 5 more deliveries. Keeper misses. You see, he's not 100% fit. He's hopping on. That allows them the opportunity to complete that run rather comfortably. Out of the 16 Jasdeep is conceded, 7 have come off wide. So off the bat, just given 7 runs. That's how good he has been. Bowling in the middle phase is never easy. Because you know that when you're defending such a high total and the opposite team not in the best of modes, they will try and attack. Again, another one cut, misses it. Missed by the keeper as well. But no extra runs conceded. Hundred comes up for the Mustangs. That wide. Another one trying to go for the big heave. Hemal misses it. So see, the idea by the Mustangs is to go for it to get maximum runs possible. And I think it all lies on Hemal now on how close can they get in this game. Jasdeep being one of the pick of the bowlers and he's on his last over, just last 3 deliveries. Again on the leg side trying to work, gets it on the pads, appealing for it. Maybe it was the height or the line which ensured the umpire didn't raise his finger. But Hemal trying to access the leg side, walking across, opening the body to get it placed on the leg, missing it. Last 2 deliveries of the 15th over. This time rocks back, cuts it to the fielder at cover. Will just get another single. So no big shots have come off this over. Just 3 runs off the 5 deliveries. And again, as the new batsman Rishiraj marks his guard, there's a slip. Just calmly walks into his position. Just to the right of the frame which we are seeing. This time on the leg, slaps it hard. And gets it to the boundary. A much needed one. Is it too little too late now is the question you must ask. But nonetheless, delightful shot off the bat of Rishiraj. So after 15, the Mustangs now move on to 105 for the loss of 7 wickets. Sandeep is the new bowler who's now coming into the attack, bowling his first over in the back end of this innings. A long run up and bowls it full, plays it towards the long on for a single, does Hemal. Required rate 18.83. Apologies. It seems as if the game is done and dusted. The only point is Mustangs trying to survive there, not get all out before the 20 overs. 3 wickets is what they have. On the leg side, leading edge just falls short of the fielder at cover. Hemal wanting that single, Rishiraj sends him back. And you see him having a look at the edge of the bat. Closed his bat face a little too early. This time in the air, over the fielder at cover. Beautifully played for a boundary. What a shot by Rishiraj. Brilliantly driven on the up. A couple of bounces and the ball just rolls over to the boundary. Really good looking shot. On the stumps again, just gets some glove on it. That ball just took off from the surface. Lucky it didn't just lob in the air, goes towards third man and they'll take an easy single. So singles are definitely not going to hurt the super strikers. They'll be more than happy to allow those ones and twos being taken. They sort of have the game under their grasp. Again, short and wide, cut away brilliantly to the fielder at deep point for another single. So you're saying that the super strikers have the game under control. They have the grasp on their game, unless they try to do something different where they just go a little haywire. I think they should be able to close out this game really well. The required rate over 20. Last 25 balls of this innings. Another one, little short, little wide, trying to cut, misses it straight into the keeper's glove. So good over by Sandeep, just 7 runs coming of it. After 16, the Mustangs are 112 for the loss of 7. Mayur comes into bowl. The first one. Oh, had the throw been right at the stumps, could have been tight. The throw was really very wide, which allows them to complete the single rather easily. Hemal and Rishiraj. The bowlers for the super strikers now will have comparatively less pressure on them because they know they have just covered the game. It's just about that final closing. See another one short and wide trying to cut. Missing it into the keeper's gloves. This time he again wanted to play a similar shot. Similar missing the edge and straight into the keeper's glove. This time played towards third man, but again not successful in getting a run. This time played out in the deep on the offside, and they'll get a single. Another one played towards deep point, and that'll be another single. So 4 of 4 in this over, or rather 4 of 5. So last ball to go. Again on the back foot, cuts it straight to the fielder at cover, allow them to take a single. So just 3 runs coming off. Just 5 runs coming off the 17th. The Mustangs are now 117 for the loss of 7 wickets. Sandeep bowling his second over. Conceded 7 of his first. Hemal trying to go for that big heave again, misses it straight into the keeper's glove. So this has been the story of this innings so far for the Mustangs. They're trying to go all out, but unfortunately either they have not been able to connect or they have lost their wicket and had to walk back. Low full toss, goes for it, does Hemal. One bounce by the fielder there at the boundary. A throw straight to the bowler, just another single. with every passing delivery, you feel as if the game has gone away. Mathematically, it's still possible. 33.43 is the required rate, but I'm afraid you might have jumped to the conclusion in terms of what's going to happen. Oh, and that one just bounced off the surface straight on the helmet. Rishiraj gets hit, and immediately the bowler checking on him. That didn't seem like an effort delivery as well, but the ball just jumped off, and that's a really good thing to see. All the players immediately rushing to the batsman to check if he's doing okay. This is what cricket is all about. This is what you play for. How much ever competitive you may be, you don't forget the sportsmanship. Don't forget the very fundamentals of this game. And it's moments like these which got this game named as the gentleman's game. Really heartening to see. But what will be Rishiraj's reply? Are we seeing a aggressive shot? Another one which just jumps off from the length. This time off the gloves, just falls short of the two fielders running from covers and extra cover. Another one which he survives. Just two coming off this. So after 18, the Mustangs now are 119 for the loss of 7 wickets. And that's a beautiful shot by Himal. But you know, it's the end of the road for the Mustangs. The required rate over 40 now. So you know the game is done and dusted. It's now the Mustangs playing for their pride, playing to see how much close can they get. This partnership, even though they have not got runs on the board, they have occupied the crease really well. Oh, and a misfield there will allow them to complete that single. We're saying that this is the most number of overs that a wicket hasn't fallen in this innings. So even though the runs have not come, both of these batsmen have occupied the crease, slowly and steadily taking their team to a decent total, ensuring that they are not all out. 124 for 7. Rishiraj and Hemal both again shot, tried to cut straight into the keeper's glove. We're in the single digits, last 9 deliveries of this game left. And that was a weird shot. It felt as if he's trying to tap it on the leg side, but it goes straight back to the bowler. This time rocks back, slaps it straight to the fielder at long on for another single. So they are just getting those ones and twos every delivery or in every over, but the big ones is something which the super strikers did really well to keep a tap on. Another over where just 6 have come off 5 deliveries, last ball to go. So we have hardly seen overs which have gone in double digits. Short wide cut. The fielder at point does really well. He should have had to rush for that, but eventually completes it with ease. So 7 coming off that. After 19, the Mustangs are 126 now for the loss of 7. Rohan coming to bowl the last over of this game. Starts off with a dot. Last 5 deliveries to go. Hemal walks in, makes room, and wanted to go on the leg side. He manages, but probably doesn't get as fine as he would have liked it to. One bounce to the fielder for just a single. It was a risky shot, which he tried really well, executed it, but didn't get the desired results he would have liked. Last 4 deliveries, rocks back again. Rishiraj plays it towards deep mid wicket, but again just another single. It's going to be a huge victory for the strikers. The super strikers have played like supermen. First with the bat in hand, got to a massive total of 196. Down on one knee, Hemal sweeps. The fielder at the deep square leg will give it a chase, keep it down just to another single. So saying that first with the bat, the super strikers getting to 196. They were constantly touching that 10-run mark, courtesy of a few brilliant performances at an individual level with the bat in hand. And with the ball, their bowlers just turned up, kept the screws tight. And a dot, another one. So last ball of this game, Mustangs 129 for 7. It's been a good partnership, Rishiraj and Hemal, but they needed these runs quickly. Another one closer to the stumps, trying to cut, missing it into the keeper's gloves. And that's the official confirmation. The Svkm Super Strikers win the game by 67 runs. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with the second game for the day. Thank you.